We start with that powerful earthquake in Humboldt County.
Yeah, we're getting a look at some of the damage tonight. Windows are broken, roads have buckled, and that is not all. Sadly, 2 people have also died and at least a dozen others are hurt.
And the magnitude 6.4 quake hit near the Humboldt County town of Ferndale around 2:30 this morning.
So we have team coverage tonight, but we start with ABC 10's John Bartell live in the town of Del Rio, or Rio Del, I should say. And John, it was one of the hardest hit areas?
Yeah, it really was. And it's going to be a dark night for a lot of people up here in Humboldt County. We have heard that some power has been restored throughout the county, but definitely not here in Rio Del. This is one of the hardest hit areas. Take a look here. This is just some of the damage that many of the homes. You can see that a lot of the trailers and the homes have come off of their foundation. And this is just one of dozens of homes in this area. Take a look at some of the video that we shot earlier today. You're going to see that many of those homes have caution tape wrapped around them, and that was put there by emergency crews because they found that these homes are not structurally sound. Now, emergency crews went from home to home all day today, and what they were doing is going around shutting off that gas and that the water there, trying to prevent some of that dangerous gas from getting out there. And I also mentioned that those homes, many homes coming off of the foundation. I ran into a lady, her name is Kathy Wildberg, and she's been in the area for about 35 years. She's no stranger to these earthquakes. She says that her home survived an earthquake that was bigger than this one in 1992. Unfortunately, though, her home did not fare as well on this earthquake. Take a listen.
All of a sudden, it was a hard bang, and then she just didn't stop. And I started feeling things falling down, hitting the bed. Hearing glass breaking, things hitting the floor, and it was like, okay, it can stop any time because you don't want to get up because there's, bare feet, glass, nuh-uh.
Yeah. This earthquake damage continued north up along the coast there in the town of Ferndale. As we mentioned, that was also another hard-hit town. Their bridge, built in 1919, suffered some severe damage over there. It's a lot of cracks, buckling in the road. Caltrans shutting that bridge down that goes into Ferndale, that goes over the Eel River there. That is the main way to get into Ferndale. They're having to use this back road to get out here. No word on when that that bridge is going to be opened. The other thing here, many people around here say that the earthquake insurance very expensive and they don't have it. So really, what they're trying to do now is hope that FEMA is going to come and step in, and that we'll have to wait and see what happens. Back to you guys.
My goodness, our thoughts are with Kathy and everyone impacted. John, I know officials are encouraging people to download that My Shake app. It provided a warning of several seconds to more than 3 million Californians, and any little bit helps during things like this. John, thank you.
We continue the conversation now with a closer look at that devastation that this earthquake of this magnitude can cause.
Yeah, we're talking to the experts tonight about the possibilities of it happening in Sacramento and surrounding areas. The simple answer is we are not likely to have a large earthquake, but damage from one is still very possible.
Our Roxanne Elias is live in the studio right now to explain what the chances are and the impact it could have on our region.
Chris and Laura, the way that California Governor's Office of Emergency Services describes it is that we are living in a disaster active state, whether that be wildfires or earthquakes, and you have to have a plan in case you lose power or communication with others.
The house is basically off the post.
Imagine waking up in the middle of a deadly 6.4 magnitude earthquake.
People this morning had no idea that earthquake was going to happen, and there at that time.
It hit in Humboldt County along the coast of Northern California. That's about 5.5 hours away from the state capital.
Sacramento is not really earthquake prone. I mean, there are faults under most of California, to be clear, but the seismicity, the activeness of faults, not really a big factor in the Sacramento area.
But the reality is we're not totally in the clear. Cynthia Pridmore is the senior engineering geologist for the California Geological Survey. She says the effects can be felt even if it doesn't hit in the heart of the city.
Sacramento, we're in a position to feel a strong earthquake. Over on the other side, on the west side of the valley, there's some large faults over there that are capable, because of their length, we know they're capable of magnitude 7s, and we would feel that here.
And part of the concern of the Sacramento region are all of the rivers and other hazards in the area.
Here, our biggest concern is flooding. That said, the potential for an earthquake happening adjacent to Sacramento, like along Bay Area and Napa, for example, which has got a lot of earthquake seismicity, the propagation of the intensity of the shaking could impact here in Sacramento,
leading to earthquake damage here locally. The worst case scenario resulting in a loss of a levee, which would then cause flooding. Either way, officials say we live in a state that has natural disasters and you need to be prepared.
So we don't want you to run across the room and get under a table or something far away. It's best to make yourself small right where you are and then get next to something strong or underneath something strong.
We're told people are reported feeling the quake as far as Roseville and Forest Hill and Placer County. Also, a few people reported feeling it in Modesto and San Jose.
And Roxanne, that really is indicative of how far-reaching these earthquakes can be. And I know you guys will remember this, as our viewers will as well, feeling some shaking from July of last year when an earthquake struck in Markleeville out in the Sierra. And of course, we have coverage of that on our website and of this recent earthquake as well on our website, abc10.com.